What is up, YouTube? Welcome to another day in the vlog. For today's video, we are going to be talking whether or not cops are good or bad people. I just want to start off by saying that I believe that cops are good people. I mean, my uncle is a cop for that reason. I just believe that some cops get in like different types of moods, you know, like just like the rest of us. Sometimes they're in a good mood, sometimes they're in a bad mood. You can't really judge them just because of their situation, you know. They might be hangry, which is when they're hungry and kind of get a little angry because they're not eating and they're a little bit of hungry. They're just sitting there in their car all day, beaming car after car after car. Who knows, maybe they're even bored. I feel like if I was a cop, I'd be low-key a little bit bored because, you know, you're just sitting there waiting for someone to do something wrong. Is that right? No, I don't think so. But I feel like that's definitely what happens because they are human too, guys. You know, that's what you have to remember, is that they are humans too. I also believe that even though you might not like certain cops, you know, I've been pulled over a whole bunch of times in my past. Like, I believe that if you don't like a cop, you still have to respect them because they are just doing a job, you know, just like they're 9 to 5. They're working there for you guys. They're making this world a better place, a safer place. And do all cops do that? I think that they all try to, but I mean, you just have to realize that, you know, we are all human in the end, and you have to really realize that. Make sure that, like, you always respect them, treat them with respect. And I mean, in the end, guys, they're there for us. They're there to serve the people. It doesn't matter about ethnicity or any of that type of stuff that's going on, but you really have to realize that in the end, they're just trying to make the world a safer place. And we hear these stories and we see these videos of all these abuse and violence and all this stuff, and that is not okay. And I am the first to admit that. I mean, but you have to also realize that it also comes down to the fact that you never know what to expect. And for a guy that's risking his life every single day, they're out there for us, risking their life. They're out there to protect and serve us, and as a result, sometimes they're a little harsher on people, sometimes they're a little less harsh, sometimes it's because their mood, sometimes something you say angers them. And is that right? No, they should separate their lives from their life of work. They are still human, and we have to cut them a break. There's that video that went viral on TikTok the other day about a cop literally saying how there is a defunding the police protest, and then they had a cop come in to make sure that they were safe at this protest, and he was there backing them up to, you know, make sure nothing happened and there was no violence, which is completely ironic and completely defeats the whole purpose. I think we need a new location because now they can hear us through the door. You can take this for a grain of salt, guys. You just really have to remember that they are human too. And I mean, I honestly got this opinion because there's one time when I was driving down Buena Creek from Vista down to San Marcos. It was really late at night. It was probably 1:30 in the morning. I was actually at work at COSTCO, got off work, was doing some homework at Denny's, and then after that I was driving away back home, and I'm on this road, you know, and as I'm driving, and I see these two headlights behind me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's late, it's sketchy, it's in a sketchy part of town. I just want to get home. So I just start driving, and as I'm driving, like, I start to speed up, you know, because it's the curves, and then these lights start to get closer, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I start to freak out, have a little anxiety attack, low-key, not really. And as I start driving away, what do you expect? But they keep following me. So I'm driving down, going faster and faster and faster, making sure I'm following all the laws except for the speed limit. Shh. And as I'm going, it was insane. Basically, I'm going and going and going. These lights keep following me. I'm like, what the heck, dude? Like, I'm just trying to get home. Like, I'm trying to get, like, safe. And I don't know if it's a guy that, like, I pissed off earlier by cutting him off or something. You really just have no clue in the moment. And I'm just, like, freaking out low-key more and more and more and more and more. And as I'm continuing to drive, it's just scary, you know? So eventually I get to this T. So there's this T, right? So I make a left, and I'm coming down here, go about, I don't know, a couple hundred feet, pull off to the right-hand side where it's super dark, turn off the lights of the car, turn off the car, get out of the car, lock the car, run up about 300 yards away on the other side of the hill across the street. And what do you know? Cop comes. I didn't know it was a cop at the time. This car comes to this T intersection, comes to complete stop, and I feel like he was completely looking left and right, finally spots the car, makes a left, pulls right behind my car, turns on his lights, and I'm like, oh, that's a cop I just ran from, you know, like, Guys, that is not good. I just ran from a cop, you know, and I didn't know it, but I did, and it was just like scary, you know. So that was very scary in itself. And you have to remember, I'm hiding behind a bush 300 yards away or 100 yards away up on this little embankment behind a bush, and this guy starts to report in like, yep, we got this car in here. Basically what happened is I'm like, hi, yeah, please don't shoot me, like I literally came with my hands up, like, you caught me, like, I'm sorry, like, please, like, I'm sorry, like, I ran, like, I didn't know you were a cop, I thought you were someone trying to, like, kill me or something, like, I don't know, like, I am sorry, you know. So the cop's like, dude, like, what are you doing? And then as we were talking, finds out I'm not like a sketchy dude, and we're talking. And the reason why he was following me, it was because there was a car that was stolen that fit the description of my car 2 days prior, and as I started to speed up, he's like, well, maybe this is the car, and then I started to speed up even more, and he's like, dude, this has to be the car. And at the very least, like, you know, this guy's speeding. As we continue to go down, he finally said, he's like, you know what, like, I technically didn't see you run any stop sign, and I technically didn't know you were speeding because you were super far in front of me, and I technically don't know you were the driver because you weren't in the car when I pulled up. So he's like, listen, I'm gonna cut you a break. You just have to realize that, like, when you're running away from the cops at night and run out of the car and run away, like, you know, that's pretty bad, and you should really try to reflect on your driving. And I was like, yeah, that would make sense if you're running from cops and hiding and running into trees and hiding behind bushes. Like, yeah, that would make sense. And he's like, listen, you sound like a good kid. This just sounds like a stupid decision. It's like, I'm not gonna penalize you for it. He's like, but you have to promise me that you're gonna change for the better. I was like, you know what, like, I do that, and I haven't gotten a ticket since then. And so I'm like, yeah, like, I completely understand that, you know what I mean? And he's like, yep, like, okay. And so we kind of worked things out. He's like, all right, cool, well, I'm gonna keep going. And I told him, I was like, thank you so much for not giving me a ticket and giving me a break, you know what I mean? Like, that's the last thing I need or want at this time, or any point in time for that matter. That just really helped me realize that, you know, cops are people too, guys, and they can understand. Did that guy have to do that? No. Should he have? Probably not. But, you know, I mean, it was really nice that he did, and it really helped, like, restore my faith in cops, guys. And so that's why I believe that we should give them a second chance and not judge them. And just because we see one bad cop doesn't mean they're all bad. And just because we have one bad experience and we see all these videos and social media exposing some of these people, you have to remember that there are literally hundreds of thousands of police in this world. And just because you see the couple thousand that do something bad, and I'm not justifying their actions in any way, shape, or form, I'm the first person to agree with everyone, but you have to remember that you can't judge everyone based on other people's actions. You know, just because they are a police officer doesn't mean they are bad. That is something that I have kind of found, and I wanted to share with you guys. Anyways, I hope you guys liked today's story, our little type of montage video, and I hope you guys liked my opinion on cops, and feel free to debate about it below in the comment section. I'm willing to hear your guys' side of the story, whether you guys agree or disagree with my opinion. I'm very open to that, so don't make any hate or comments like that, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next one. I have been going daily for over a month and a half, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon, guys, so please make sure to check out those videos and all my other vlogs. Without further ado, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. And nothing left to say, I guess it's time to end it.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no love, and that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things, I gotta just let it all out. I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about, telling me I should do this.